Welcome everybody to the Daily Antidote here on Thursday, July 25th. We're excited to have David Roth here, and we'll be talking to, and his gang. We'll be talking to them later, and of course, we want to give great thanks to Aaron and Joe who are running the ship today. And hello to Arlene in Berkeley. Hello, Dory and Ollie and Trish in Victoria. Hello, Adele and Deborah in Kentucky. And hello to the, I can't read, Kevin in DC, looking just so amazing. And Bonnie in Boise, Susan in Cincinnati, Carolyn in DC. Hello, Pauline in Newcastle. Hello, Kathleen in Albuquerque. And Bob and we have hello, Bob, and hello, Kathy and in Colorado, and Sheila in Florida. Hello, Julie in Ontario, and hello, Al in Massachusetts. Bob in Albany. Hey, Donna in Vermont. Becky in Vancouver. 1,572nd day. Thank you very much, Carolyn in Boise. Hi, Harriet in Chicago, and we also have let's see, Sue it looks like okay, Laris in UK, and wow, and Sue, I think I did her already. Kate, Sue in I didn't. Sue in Seattle. Kate in Charlottesville. Hello, Annette in California. Nancy. Hello, Lynn and Cliff in Vermont. And Athena. Hello, Athena in Brooklyn. Sarah in Texas. Dan in Vienna. Hello, Hoda from British Columbia. Hey, Suzanne. And there's Anne from Silver Springs. Linda and Susan from Orcas Island. Hello, Helene. And hello, Loriana in Vermont. And Patricia and Curly Topper in Vermont, and we got LMG in Connecticut, Sarah. And hello to Linda and Janet and Sandy in Western North Carolina. Jane Freeman, hello, Carol in Connecticut. Hey, Storm. Go on to another page here. Page 3. There we go. Oh, and hey, Kathy. Hello. Welcome to you. Sandy in Tacoma Park. June in Texas. I think I got everybody. And I just want to say welcome to you on their wonderful daily antidote. Let's all just take a nice deep breath.
Okay, goodness.
And say hello to all the people. Everybody say hello to everybody who's on YouTube, who's watching us from YouTube. Hello to all you guys. We're happy to have you here too. So we don't just have only David Roth, a great songwriter, but we have David Roth from his Summer Songs songwriting camp with some of his songwriting students. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn it right over to you, David. We're very, very happy to have you, and we can't wait to see what your gang has come up with for a song.
Good to see you, Peter. And I would just say I am with my fellow songwriting teachers because we consider ourselves fellow stumblers, on this great continuum and all in one different place or another. So this is our 26th year. Penny Nichols started our camp community in 1999, and I was there with Sloan Wainwright and Bob Franke and Steve Gillette and Cindy Mangson. And it was really quite something. There were about 30 of us that first time, and I remember the opening night, we stood in a circle kind of looking at each other and going, okay, now what do we do? But the whole point was getting together and setting aside the time, and now you're heading into 26 years. Our beloved founder and inspiration passed away in 2017. That was Penny, and asked me if I would hold her vision going forward, which was an obvious yes. And so here we are in a new venue this year. We're at the Isabella Friedman Jewish Retreat Center in Falls Village, Connecticut, which is a very tiny little dot in the Connecticut Berkshires, a little bit across the border from Great Barrington, I would say, where Barbara and Graham live. So we've had a glorious week. This is day number 5 of full curriculum. We have 12 instructors, including Reggie Harris, Susan Catano, Steve Seskin, the mighty Steve Seskin. I mentioned Reggie Harris. Abby Gardner is here from Red Molly. Harold Payne from Los Angeles. Sue Riley's a teacher. Mark Dan's a teacher. Glenn Rothell, Vito Petrosito. It's quite glorious, and we're pretty much on fumes. But this class that you see before you is called Writing Songs for Personal and Global Change. And besides working on our own themes, we made a long list of things that could be addressed in such a class. We launched into a group song inspired by the news of Joe Biden stepping down and Kamala Harris being put forth as the Democratic nominee. So our challenge as songwriters is, one of mine is to come up with the kind of music that offers a hand rather than draws a deeper line, if you would. So that's what we've attempted to do. Are you there?
So great. That sounds fantastic. So you're gonna, we'd love to, so you have a name? Does the song have a name? Or are you gonna name it later?
We Have Power in Every Vote. Now, we're not putting the lyrics in the chat yet because we want you folks to hear the song. And I know you daily Antidote songers, you start singing before the song is even sung. I've watched you. Rather than like studying the chat, we want to sing it for you one time. I think you'll pick up on the chorus right away, and we'll do our best to articulate. And I really want to thank my co-writers. Just try to agree at the dinner table with one other person in your family. See how that goes. And we have 7 people. We came to a consensus on every word and every note, which we know most of, in the world premiere of this new song, which I'm going to start playing at my concerts if I'm lucky enough to see you guys. And lastly, out of tribute to Carpe Diem, I'm wearing my House of Musical Traditions basketball jersey I got from David Eisner in Tacoma Park, Maryland, way back when I could still play basketball. And that's about all I got to say about that. You guys want to give this a try? And I want to thank Mark Dan on bass. I got Sue Riley on piano. These are all the co-writers. I got Jamie Polson on beatbox, Barbara Dean, Graham Dean, Nancy Sonnenfeld, and Maddie Cardoza. And I just thank them all for their willingness to agree in such a complicated time. You want to give it a whack, you guys?
No.
All right. 4 for something. 1, 2, intro. What happened to United? What happened to the truth? Where is love thy neighbor? Where's the golden rule? Why is it so difficult to find a way to start? What does it take to build a bridge to sanity and heart? It takes courage, it takes hope. We have the power in every vote. It takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every vote. Let's try the chorus. It takes courage, it takes hope, it takes hope. We have power in every vote. We have power in every vote. It takes courage, it takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every vote. What happened to compassion? Where did kindness go? When did choosing sides become the status quo? Why is it so difficult to find a way to start? What does it take to build a bridge to sanity and heart? It takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every vote. It takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every vote. Now is not the time or place for sitting this one out. Make your choice and put an end to fear and doubt. What happened to United? What happened to the truth? Where is love thy neighbor? Where's the golden rule? Why is it so difficult to find a way to start? What does it take to build a bridge to sanity and heart? It takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every vote. Courage, it takes courage, it takes hope.
Thank you. Wow, that was fantastic. Thank you, David, and thank you to the Summer Song Songwriting other teachers. That's a song. I just make it perfectly clear to me that you all wrote together, correct, David?
Yes.
So
And
I'm
there's
just
a
curious. Go ahead.
wrestling.
Well, I'm just so
Rosalind.
curious. I'm curious. I know that you're a very prolific songwriter and that you've written a lot of songs on your own. So let's talk about how this process is different from writing a song on your own, and just what you did to write. First, let's start with the chorus. Actually, let's be
Yeah.
specific. How did you guys come up with the chorus?
Well, early on we course corrected because, we're all somewhat Shakespearean and trying to be these very fancy, flowery writers with alliteration and what was the coalition of the fearless, phrases like that, which we were quite in love with, I must say, as writers. But it just didn't roll off the tongue. So thanks to Sue, she kind of course corrected us. She says, I want to be able to sing this with my choirs back down in Florida. So we realized, that it had to be simpler and more repetition. So that's how we landed on the chorus, repeating 2 lines twice, making a 4-line chorus, for example.
Right.
So we started with that as a foundation, and we went through a whole list of adjectives about what our feelings were about Biden stepping down and Kamala Harris presumptively being put forward at the time this happened. And we came up with a whole bunch of things: courage, hope, despair, confusion, went through a long list. But I think we collectively decided that we wanted something to uplift, and also in honor of the 75th anniversary of If I Had a Hammer by Pete Seeger and Lee Hays.
Yeah.
Something like that. And way back when we thought this would make a nice medley,
Yeah.
putting the songs back to back. So that directed us to the key of C for no other particular reason.
I had a hammer. Do it in the same key, right there. Yeah. And so, that's how you got the words. I'm really sorry the correlation of the fearless is not in there. I hope you can get that into another song. But
Come on over.
correlation of the fearless. Anyway, so how did you come up with the tune now of the chorus? Let's just stay with the chorus here. How'd you come up with the tune of the chorus? Was that the first thing you wrote? That's like 2 questions.
Yeah, I want somebody else in the class to address that. We started with the key of C, and with that 1/4 beat, we kind of go, and we just said, okay, start singing. It just it went that way. Sometimes you have to lose your mind to come to your senses, if that makes any sense.
That makes perfect
And
sense.
we just hurled ourselves at the words and didn't want to, do Beethoven or Bach. We realized we wanted this to be like a 3-chord, simple kind of song.
Yeah.
Even staying away from the A minors. The only strain we did was in the bridge.
Yeah. I noticed the bridge. Yeah. A short bridge.
Yeah, short bridge, 2 lines. Now is not the time or place for sitting this one out.
Yeah.
Make your choice and put an end to fear and doubt. We threw a 2 chord in there, which is also known as D in the key of C, for those of you playing along at home.
Is that in the bridge? The 2 chord in the bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, on the second line of the bridge. And then we also use the first verse as the last verse, for the sake of repetition. Right. So there's a lot of repetition in this song, and where we went to the mat was agreeing what was simple language that was easy to sing along. And the other thing that we did, and then I'd love to hear from anybody else, we talk about rhyming and near rhyming, those sorts of things. I think there's a time and a place. Stephen Sondheim, the great Broadway brilliant genius songwriter, said that if you didn't rhyme things perfectly, you hadn't spent enough time on your song. Now I've always felt that you should never let rhyme get in the way of saying exactly what you want to say. Now, you all can tell by the trajectory of Stephen Sondheim's career and mine that he didn't get to be here at Summer Songs this week, and I did.
Exactly. He missed his chance.
But in this kind of song, we kind of went in the direction of looking for perfect rhymes just because of the singability of it. And I think we got, the only place we strayed was in the first verse. We rhymed truth and golden rule. We had 2, but most of it is pretty tight rhyming, and that seems to add to the energy of something that we want people to sing with us, the tight rhyming. There's a little more flexibility when I'm singing my 8-minute ballads, that are narrative with no repeating parts. And, there's a lot of liberty there, as long as you don't violate the line that is, ooh, that's really interesting, or who cares?
Are you a Stephen Sondheim fan?
Oh, yeah, I love language.
Yeah.
And I love great writers. Tom Lehrer did a whole song once just based on the table of elements, as you probably know.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, I also know that I think I understand correctly that your process you have here is not entirely unlike Stephen Sondheim, because he would workshop things. He would do like these workshops. So sometimes the songs that had things coming this way and that way and overlapping were partly the results of his workshops with other people. So it's similar to what you were doing.
I've been doing all the talking. Anybody else want to weigh in briefly on the songwriting process here?
Well, for this song, yeah, I just want to state how grateful I am that it really took away a lot of my anger. And I mean, anger is not the right word. So my first words were angry. And, that's bound to turn off listeners who don't agree with me. So I really had to give that up, and that was made easy by this group and by our process.
Wonderful.
As David said, it's really an uplifting song. So.
It's uplifting. It's healing to sing. It's healing to sing. I think healing to sing anyway, but to sing a song like this, and it must have been even more. I mean, I always feel, and also it sounds like it was healing for you to write this song together for you guys, in terms of all the craziness that's going on. Would anybody want to talk about that, or just about your feelings and?
Well, I would say that the feeling of connection here, finding kindred spirits to share many of the same feelings with, even before we started writing, just kind of to say, oh, here are my people, and then to know that we were working towards a common goal, to find a way to make a difference in this time when we're all worried about what might happen.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. That's great. I'm going to ask another specific question. Did the first verse come very quickly? Did it come fairly quickly, the first verse?
Not at all.
Oh, really?
Once we threw out the first draft, it did. We had we had an entire other.
Oh, God.
Basically, we had an entire other song with very long verses, and then
We're so proud of ourselves for what great writers we were.
then we threw it all out.
Yeah.
Great. That's a great part of the process.
When you said what happened to United, then it all flowed.
Yeah.
together.
The United States
What was the key? What was the key words?
What happened to United?
is in United States. What happened to United? And then we found other linchpins of decent, compassionate human behavior, like truth, love thy neighbor, and golden rule. And it just, kind of fell. And that's where we accepted truth and golden rule as being an acceptable near rhyme, and get it out of the way in the first two lines of the song so we could tighten it up as we went along.
So that the United, that was the key. That was the key to getting through the third. Now I'm going to ask you another specific question, because this is as a songwriter that I've done, I always find this after doing a lovely first verse, sometimes the second verse is like, oh my God, what now? How is that for you doing the second and third verses?
What was the technique we employed in terms of the first word of every verse?
Questions was important. The what, why, where, when. That was
what, why, and when.
What, why, where, when. And to find, to use that. But what I wanted to say to what we were talking about earlier was compromise and setting your ego aside. These are very important things if you're sitting in a group. We all have brilliant ideas, and this idea and so on, and it's brilliant, and but at some point we have to let that go for the sake of the common good, and to so that is important, to be able to not hang on to those ideas.
I'm going to have everybody say that. Everybody in our family here are really going to say, compromise and put your ego away. Here we go. Ready? Compromise and put your ego away. Is that what you said? Was that what you said about ego? Put your ego away? Or lay it aside, or something like that.
Put
your ego aside. That's not only a key for a group, it's a key for when you're writing by yourself as well, or for life, actually, isn't it? It's for life.
There's two other people I'd like to hear from, Jamie and Sue, because they haven't had a chance to chime in.
Okay.
So Jamie is playing beatbox for us, and is one of our new members that camp here. So, Jamie, anything about the process of this song that sticks out for you?
I mean, I haven't done that much collaborative like songwriting in the past, so it was really cool to see like what the way that it worked and people's reaction to different lyrics and just the whole process of like whittling down the song from the bigger ideas that we had and seeing it morph and transform over the course of the week and then kind of blossoming into what it became was a really cool process to experience. I'm very glad that I got to be a part of it.
Thank you. Yeah, and that whole process partly has to do with, I'm going to go, it has to do with often simplifying, doesn't it? It sounds like that's what you guys did, was simplifying it. Yeah, and also, huh?
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, oh gosh, yes. And then we have one more.
Yeah, Sue.
And it was beautiful. I do a lot of co-writing, but it was beautiful to co-write with this beautiful group of writers in this room under David's leadership, and also to take our wonderfully poetic, complicated lyrics that we had before, which we all loved, I mean, and then hone it down, go a different direction as a group to make something that was more anthemic and more where everyone could instantly join in and be part of the process, which I think is important.
Absolutely, yeah, and not to say that you should never write a song that has more poetic Shakespearean language. And your homework now, everybody's homework, by the way, and all of the Daily Antidote, is to write a song. And the title of your song is "The Correlation of the Fearless." Everybody,
Correlation of the Fearless.
Correlation of the Fearless. And I want that in tomorrow in double space typing, please. So we're gonna sing it. Let's sing this baby again. It's a great song, and we all want to sing it with you again. Are you gonna put it in the chat now?
Yeah, so put it in the chat. Feel free to sing along at the top of your lungs in no particular key, everybody, and we'll sing it again. And I would also invite you, my Daily Antidote of Song family, to put a few comments for my songwriters in the chat, if you would, because I'm going to try to save the chat, or I'm going to ask Joe or Aaron to send us a copy of the chat, because I'd love for these people to get feedback. And it was a joyous process. Today is the last period of our day, and they have given me 25 minutes of their lunch hour to do this with you guys. So we are all that stands between them and lunch. So it's powerful. That is powerful.
You better get singing then. Thank you very much, everybody.
And I'm looking forward to coming to the Mid-Atlantic in mid-December, so I've got some live appearances coming up. If you want to check out my website or send me an email, you guys know how to get a hold of me. Thank you all so much for making room for us to do this world premiere of our new song, and we always have one of our biggest fans with us. So, right there. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Right? 4 for something. 1, 2, intro. What happened to United? What happened to the truth? Where is love thy neighbor? Where's the golden rule? Why is it so difficult to find a way to start? What does it take to build a bridge to sanity and heart? It takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every vote. It takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every vote. What happened to compassion? Where did kindness go? When did choosing sides become the status quo? Why is it so difficult to find a way to start? What does it take to build a bridge to sanity and heart? It takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every vote. It takes courage, it takes hope. We choice and put an end to fear and doubt. What happened to United? What happened to the truth? Where is love thy neighbor? Where's the golden rule? Why is it so difficult to find a way to start? What does it take to build a bridge to sanity and heart? It takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every vote. It takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every, let's sing it one more time. It takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every vote. It takes courage, it takes hope. We have power in every, power in every, power in every vote.
Wowzer. Give him a hand for David Roth and his Summer Songs songwriting gang. Congratulations on your process, and congratulations on your terrific new song that I'm sure that we all need. It takes courage, it takes hope. There's power in every vote. Everybody give a big thanks and farewell to David and the gang. Thank you so much for your sharing that with us, the song with us, and also the process. I can't, I'm sure David would tell you the same thing. I can't tell you how great and important it is for all of us to write your own songs. Just write your own songs, your own poetry. It's a really healing thing to do. So goodbye, David. Thanks a lot. Thanks to Aaron and Joe for all of your work. And bye-bye, Arlene. So long to Dory. And so long to Deborah in Kentucky. Bye, Kevin. Goodbye, Bonnie. So long, Susan. Goodbye, Kathy. And where am I? Sue in Seattle, Carolyn in D.C. So long, Kathleen. Goodbye, Bob in Albany. Goodbye, Suzanne. So long, Sandy in Tacoma. Sarah in Texas. Bob and Mabel in the Bears in Massachusetts. Goodbye, Linda and Susan in Orcas Island. Goodbye, Kathy from Colorado. So long, Hoda and Kathina and Diane and Keomo. Goodbye to Carolyn and goodbye to Pauline. So long, Harriet and Trish and Annette. Goodbye, Becky. And goodbye, Cricket. Goodbye, Julie. So long, Dan. See you later, Martha and Jamie. So long, bye, Storm. Goodbye, Anne. Goodbye, Adele and Al. So long, Al. Bye, Donna. Goodbye to Jane. So long to Nancy. Goodbye, Loriana and Kachina. And goodbye to Patricia and Curly and LMG. So long, Sarah and Carol. Goodbye, Fred and Leon. I got to take this off and get this out of the way here. Oh, there. Goodbye, Lynn. Oh, goodbye, Lynn and Gary. Goodbye, Gary, on your way to Falcon Ridge. And so long to, where am I? I'm page 3. Did I miss anybody? I got Becky, Cricket. Did I say them? Julie, Dan, Martha, Jamie. I think I might have said you already. Adele, LL, Curly Top, Carol, Fred, Leon, and so long to, I know, and Kevin. Bye-bye, Kevin. You're looking absolutely gorgeous. And goodbye to Curly Topper. I think I got everybody. Anyway, it's been another wonderful day at the Daily Antidote. Spread the word around. This is the most extraordinary thing. I tell everybody about it all the time. So, and thanks for being part of our daily